All righty. Hey there, and Happy New Year. It is Coach Candace. I am your mindset architect, and I am excited. We have overcome all the obstacles that we faced in 2020, and we've embarked upon a new year in 2021. And I'm excited about it, you guys. I hope that you are just as excited about it as well. If it's one thing that I can say that I learned in 2020, that is to be ready to pivot in the direction that God has you to go in, and to make sure that you are ready, that you are indeed in a position to hear from God, but be ready to move when He pivots you into a different direction. And so I'm excited about it. And I'm about to share with you a really good tool, a really cool tool that I utilize in order to set my goals for my vision for 2021. This is the thing, you guys. I know that last year we probably set out, had a clear plan and direction that we were going to go into. And life happened, COVID-19 happened, and we're still pressing through. We're still moving past all of those obstacles that we faced. And now we are embarking upon a new year. And some of us are starting a new vision. Many of us are continuing the vision that God placed in our hearts last year, year before, whatever the case may be. Now is the time to make sure that we are putting in the work, you guys, that we're putting in the work, not just setting out a plan and creating a vision and creating goals for this year, but making sure that we follow through. And so, this year is going to be dedicated to helping many of you reinvent yourselves, helping you guys become clear about your vision and direction, learning systems and things that's uncomfortable for you. Many of you have had day jobs, and God is shifting you in the next year or two into becoming entrepreneurs, more specifically, kingdom entrepreneurs, or what I call destinypreneurs, which means that it was always a part of the plan for you to be assigned to the marketplace. And God had you just go through years of allowing your day job to be a silent investor into your business and the vision and the dream that he has for you in this next season. And so I want you guys to just wrap your minds around and get prepared, because this is a great time to make sure that you are seeking God for clarity about your vision. And I do believe that many of us, even though we feel like we weren't as productive as we may have wanted to be in 2020, God was using that time to develop us and to begin to give us a clear vision for what he has for us next. And so if you are listening to my voice right now, you're seeing this video, I am strategically sending this video to those of you who have decided that there's a book inside of you. And I want you to just go ahead and embrace the concept that yes, you are now embarking upon kingdom entrepreneurship. Okay. God is developing you in this season as an entrepreneur. And even though you are writing a book, this is only the beginning for you. And I want you to embrace that and receive that. Okay. And I'm incredibly thankful and grateful to God that He's allowing me to be a part of this process for you. So I want to go ahead. I want to keep this video as short as I can because I can ramble. I can go on and on. I don't want to do that in this video, but I do want to go ahead and I want to help you set SMART goals. And so in this below this video is a SMART goal worksheet. Okay, it's a worksheet that I shared in my vision development event on last Monday. And I want to go ahead and I want to share with those of you, giving some of you a brief reminder of what some of the things that I shared very briefly in that event. And some of you guys are being introduced to this concept of setting SMART goals for the very first time. So I want to go over this worksheet, how you can utilize this worksheet, and how you can take this worksheet with you to begin to see your progress on the goals that you set based upon the overall vision that God is giving you. Now, first of all, before we get into starting utilizing this worksheet, I want to encourage you to get clear about your vision. To get clear about your vision. I'll say that one more time. Get clear about your vision. So if you're not clear about your vision, then there's some fasting, some praying, there's some intentional time that you need to spend with God over the next 30 days or so, and get clear about your vision. Okay. So I want you to spend some time, get up in the morning as early as you can. You guys, sometimes for some of us, it's going to be a sacrifice, it's going to be a push, it's going to be a little bit of work because maybe you're not accustomed or used to getting up so early. Maybe you have a night job and you feel like, I'm so tired, I don't really feel like getting up. But I want to encourage you to push past whatever you're accustomed to, because in this season, I do believe that God is developing in us a new normal. And so I want you to go ahead and wrap your mind around just getting up, spending some one on one time with God. Find the time, y'all, because we can find time to do so many other things. But when it comes to spending time with God, we can have a tendency to make excuses or find reasons why we don't have time to do it. Find the time, and you guys, let's spend some one-on-one time with God, at least 20 to 30 minutes daily, just seeking him for clarity about the vision, the purpose, and the plan that he has for your life. I can help you develop it. I can help you find it. I can give you tools, but you got to be connected to God so that he can speak to you and confirm it, because there may be things that God wants to share with you prior to working with me or share with you in working with me, just so that you can know that we're all on the same page. So it's going to be important that you make sure that you're spending some one-on-one time with God. I have and will share with you my morning jumpstart routine. I'll put that video here um, in the email as well so that you can have access to that. And my morning jumpstart routine is pretty simple. I get up in the morning, I spend time on in scripture, devotional, and prayer. I also do some worship. And so I start my prayer with worshiping God, with just giving him praise and honor, thanking him for all that I have, showing gratitude. And then I spend some time reading scripture. Okay. Right now, I'm doing a 40-day fast, which is very simple. It's very clean cut, nothing major. If you are doing a fast with your church or with a group or organization of some sort, then you do what you feel that you need to do, or embrace the fast that God has put on your heart to do. Right now, I'm doing a fast with a online group that I'm a part of. And so and it's going to be for 40 days. And so we're just cutting out fried foods, we're cutting out sweets, and cutting out breads. Now the bread part isn't that difficult for me. The sweet part is going to be the challenge. But I am setting my heart and my mind and my spirit on following through with this fast and being intentional in this season so that I can hear God clearly, and that I can be more intentional, and that I can put more time to become disciplined in making my time with God a lifestyle. Really and truly, that's indeed what I want to do. So once I do that, once I read my scripture, and in my fast has specific scriptures that we're reading, and that we're praying about, and I'm even journaling about as well. And so I do that, and then I get into planning my day. Now, this is helpful when you have a clear vision. Okay. And when you have a clear understanding of the goals that you want to accomplish. I did not say resolutions, I said goals. And these are things that you're actually going to follow through with. Okay. I'm actually going to do another webinar on the difference between a vision, right? And just an ordinary plan? How do you know the difference between the two? Because many of us, we can set plans and resolutions, and not really know, and not accomplish them. But this is the thing: a vision is something that is very different, and I'm going to teach on the difference between the two, so that you can be able to identify the difference between just an ordinary plan, right? And then an actual vision. Okay, because we hear the word say in Habakkuk 2:2 say, write the vision, make it plain, and then run with it. What if you don't know what a vision is, right? So I want to give you clarity about what that is. All right. Now, after you've completed, have a clear vision, meaning have a clear intentional goal, right? A broad goal for the year. How do you break it down? Now, someone asked me recently, can I use this multiple times? You may have 2 to 3 initial goals that you want to accomplish. So you will use this worksheet with each goal, right? So you may, and I want to encourage you to get on your heart and your mind at least 2 to 3 big goals that you want to accomplish this year, whether it is a weight loss goal, or like a personal goal, a business goal, maybe a family goal. I categorize mine. So I have roughly about 3 to 5 that I do, and I put them in categories, right? So I have one main business goal, and my business goal is basically tied into my income goal for the year in my business, right? And so then that will be, I will break that down into different uh initial goals, like basic goals that I wanted to accomplish. Then I have a personal goal, right? So there are personal things that I am believing God to do in my life this year, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional or spiritual. I set that aside, and I have different, and I break it down. And then I also have a family goal, right? And so those are the 3 main categories that I keep. God first, me second, everything else after that. Okay. So I have, again, my personal goals, and I start with something spiritual. And then I have something that I want to do or accomplish for myself personally. Then I get into my business goal, right? And then family is tied into there as well. So categorize it. You can break it down into different categories if that helps you. Okay. The next part is take the worksheet, and it is broken down into an acronym called SMART. And I want to go over that with you a little bit more thoroughly. So I'm going to share my screen, okay, because I want you to be able to see this. All right. And so there we go. SMART goal worksheet. You will have a link to download and print this, and print this as many as you need. Again, if you're breaking it down into different categories, you may need maybe 2 of these per category. Okay. So now we're going to go over the acronym SMART. So as you see at the top, this is your initial goal. Okay. So if I have an initial goal that I am going to make 100,000 this year in my business, I'm going to write that initial goal out, right? Then I'm going to break it down and then and use the acronym SMART. Okay, so specific. Okay, what do you want to accomplish? Who needs to be included? And what do you want? When do you want to do this? And why is this a goal? Okay, so I'm going to break it down. Why is it that I want to actually make 6 figures in my business this year? Okay, and so I'm going to write that down. What do you want to accomplish? I want to make 6 figures in my business. And really and truly, guys, this goes beyond just that for business, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more with those who decide to join me in Destiny University, which is my online business academy. Okay, and this is for coaches and consultants and even authors, but mostly for those who want to have a coaching business. I'm going to be going really more in depth about how to break down your income goal and how to do income mapping. But I don't want to get into that today, because I want to make sure that you guys know that you can actually utilize this same worksheet just for personal reasons or personal goals. If you do have a business goal, you can definitely use it for this too. However, if you really want to go dive deeper into that, then I am going to encourage you to reach out to me and let me know you want more information about my business academy, because that's where we'll go really, really deeper into how to do income mapping. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it very simple and specific to utilizing this particular worksheet. Okay. So what do you want to accomplish? Again, if it's a business thing, you can just set out what your business accomplishment will be. Maybe it is to start your business, right? Whether maybe it is to write a book, right? And so what do you want accomplished? I want to write a book. When do you want to, who needs to be included? I want to write a book for single women to help them learn their purpose. Or I want to write a book for children, or I want to write a book for entrepreneurs. I want to write a book for believers. Okay. So you want to, what do you want to accomplish? Who who needs it, needs to be included, right? So who's included on this goal? Who would this goal impact? Okay. When do you want to have this done? I want to have this done in 6 months. So by June of 2021. And why is this a goal? Because I want to use this book to start my business. Very simple and specific. Okay. Next, measurable. Okay. So the initial goal is I want to start a business, or I want to write a book for in 2021. That may be the initial goal. Okay. What do you want to accomplish? I want to write a book. Who needs to be included? The person that you're writing the book for. Who do you want? When do you want to have this done? I want to have this done by June 2021. And why is this a goal? Because I want to use my book to start my business. Very specific. Okay. Now, measurable. How can you measure progress and know if you successfully met your goal? Okay. So, well, first of all, you have a deadline, right? And you've already said that by June of 2021, you will have written your book. Okay. And so how are you going to measure progress? Well, I am going to create a calendar, right? And my calendar, I'm going to track my goals on a calendar, and I am going to make sure that I meet my goals. Or you can just simply say, I'm going to have create a tracker or a planner. I'm going to record my due dates and my deadlines in my planner. Okay. In the writer's lab, you have a checklist, right? And so that's only for those of you who decide to join me in the writer's lab. You have a checklist. And so you're able to track your progress off your checklist, because you're able to check off everything that you need to do in order to successfully self-publish your book in 6 months or less. You have a checklist. I also have an outline already done for you, so you're able to use that outline. Okay. And so or you can create your own. Okay. You can create your own. But for those of you who decide to join me in the writer's lab, you don't have to create it. It's already done for you. It's right there waiting for you. But that's how you make it measurable. Okay. If you want to get an accountability partner, you might want to consider that as well. Okay. Now let's go on to achievable. Do you have the skills required to achieve this goal? If you know you want to write a book and you know that you do not know how to write a book, then I want to encourage you again to join me in the writer's lab. But you can do this on your own. You can take the steps that I shared with you in the workshop, and you can just apply those steps and you can get it done. But if you know that you need more help, then you need to reach out to me. And if you feel that the writer's lab um, is something that you don't need all of the steps, that's okay. Reach out to me and let me know what you need, and we can come up with a customized program that's going to work for you. But I can go ahead and tell you that most of the people from in the last group who felt like they didn't necessarily need everything in the writer's lab found out that they really did need what was in the writer's lab. And so I want you to contact me. Let's have a call so that I can see what your needs are, and I can help put you on the right track. Okay, so at the very least, contact me. Okay, you do not have to go through this process alone. And if you know that you need accountability, then the part that you need to put into the achievable means that you need to say, I need a coach, or I need an accountability partner, or I need, an outline, or I need a tool that's going to help me, right? So write out everything that you need. What is the motivation for this goal, right? So if you believe that God had put on your heart to become an author and you want to accomplish this goal this year, put that there, okay? Is the amount of effort required or on par with what the goal will achieve, right? You guys, if you know that you struggle with discipline, if you know that you struggle with follow through, if you know that you struggle with holding yourself accountable, then be honest with yourself, put that there, and then you need to contact me, because that is why I am that's my role, and that's my part of this process, is to help to hold you accountable, is to help you to set smart goals, is to help you to stay focused, is to help you to stay on target, is to help you execute in this season to get this done. Many of us, again, I had to get tired of myself, right? Because I had to get to a point where I decided I am not going to just continue to play this game with myself, saying that I'm going to do stuff and then I never accomplish it. So I had to get very intentional. And so I'm going to be honest with you. The Writer's Lab is not for people who are just going to write a book just to say that they've done it or to brag about it. No, this is for people who are intentional about making sure that they get what God has given them in the hands of the people who need them. And so therefore, as your coach, I am going to hold you accountable. And if you are one who doesn't like accountability, then this is not the program for you. And I wish you well, and I hope that you're able to use the program that you've already received. But if you're serious and you know that this is something that you need to do in order to achieve your goal, then I want you to reach out to me, or I want you to go ahead and invest. Okay. Many of you guys are sitting on it, waiting to see what's going to happen. Just go ahead and invest. You already know that this is what you need. So let's just go ahead and do it. Okay. Relevant. Why am I setting this goal now? Is it aligned with overall objectives? Right. And so why am I setting this goal now? Do I have the time to do it? Am I going to dedicate the time to do it? Am I going to be intentional? Oops. Am I going to put forth the effort that is really going to take to do it? Sorry about that. My earbud fell out. All right. So am I going to be R is relevant. Why am I setting this goal now? Is it aligned with my overall objectives? All right. So be honest with yourself. Is this really a good time to invest into writing a book? Are you going to put forth the time and the effort to really get this done? Many of us, and I think even from the last group, they saw where they were being things were shifting and they were able to work from home. So this was a good time to focus in on writing a book, because they didn't have the normal distractions. They didn't have the normal um maybe they had more time because they weren't having to drive back and forth to a work site and spending hours in traffic. They were able to get up a little bit earlier, do what they needed to do, then start their day with their day jobs, and then maybe even incorporate some time throughout the day, on a lunch period or whatever, because they weren't as distracted. They didn't have so much going on. So how relevant is this to your life right now and what you have envisioned to do in your life. If you are starting a business and you know that this is the year to start your business, I think I had a conversation with someone on last week who says, you know what, I am planning to retire in the next year or two. And so I really want to go ahead and start working on my business now so that I can begin to get in the habit of working my business. And so, and I can use this as an opportunity to establish my platform so that when I get to retirement in a year or two, I'm able to just transition into business and I can continue to go on full stream ahead. So maybe this is the season for you where you are starting to develop the process in your platform and establish it so that when you get into business, um so that when you are able to reinvent yourself full time into entrepreneurship, then you'll be able to just go ahead and make things happen. And you will already have your process and your platform established, and you will already know what the vision is for your business. You'll already have your content, you'll already have your products, you'll already have things in place so that you'll be able to just go ahead and to do business. All right. And then T, time bound. What's the deadline and is it realistic? Okay. So put a deadline. I am going to push you guys to put deadlines on everything you do. And most of the time it's going to be sooner than what you say. Because a lot of times we put stuff out and we put stuff out and we put stuff out and we never get it done. And so I'm going to push you to make realistic deadlines. Okay, so that means that you may have to make some sacrifices. That means that you may have to take some things off the plate. That means that you may have to identify time that you are putting in and investing into other things that's not going to help you reach your goal, that you're going to be able to identify what that those distractions are, and you're going to be able to eliminate those distractions and make some sacrifices in this season. Okay, so then you want to review what you've written and you want to craft a goal statement. Okay, and I kind of did that in the beginning. I guess that's because I'm used to doing it. But once you start to write all this stuff out, make a full on statement. So for many of you, one of your goals for your business is going to be that I am going to write a book for singles, for believers, for whomever that may be, right? I'm going to write a book for believers by June of 2021. Um, and that's pretty much it, right? So I am going to successfully write a book for believers to help them find their purpose by June of 2021, right? All this other stuff is really just helpful information for you, right? And so again, it may help you to identify what it is that you need. I gave you a note section just so that you can if you don't have space here in these little columns to write, you can write down here. But that's just the overall goal, right? You may also want to add, I am going to hire Candace to help me write my book for singles on how to find their purpose by June of 2021, right? You can add that so that way you're very specific, and that's really and truly one of the goals that I hope that you will have as a result of this particular video and all the things that I have desired to share with you up until now. So, all right, you guys, that is that. I'm super, super, super excited. Can't wait to see so many of you in the Writers Lab. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that I had 15 openings for the Writers Lab. We are down to, I think, 10 openings in the Writers Lab. Now, this is the thing that's okay with me because I don't necessarily have to have a full program of 15 because it really gives me a lot more time to dedicate into those who invest. But if you truly believe that this is the year, this is the season that God has called you to write a book, and you know that you need help, then I want you to go ahead, make that investment. The button is below. And if you feel that you've already accomplished a lot of your book, and you don't necessarily need everything that the writers lab may have, or maybe you want to complete your book in the next month or two, but you just need some help with that, reach out to me as well. Go ahead and book a clarity call. The link for that is here as well. Book a clarity call, and let's talk about what your needs are, and let me help you, and maybe customize something that's going to help you accomplish your goal in again less than 6 months. So I would love to help you. I hope that this particular worksheet is helpful to you. And let's work together. Okay, I look forward to seeing you guys in the writers lab. See ya. Bye bye.